Welcome to Homestead Tessie's mobile home living. Sit back, drink a cup of coffee, and experience a slower pace of life. So the blessing of having a really mild winter is the hundreds of flowers of chamomile. So I'm going to take some time and I'm going to harvest all this chamomile. What does chamomile smell like? How about hot apple pie? Chamomile has a beautiful apple scent to it. The flowers are just so beautiful. There's so many flowers on that it's actually making the whole plant go to the ground. All of this chamomile was self-seeded from last year. We've had some really hot days, but it's cooled off. It's a perfect evening. You hear somebody mowing in the distance. It's hard to believe that I live in a development. Now where I live, it's older houses. But there's houses all around me. Nobody's ever outside. One thing about herbs, the more you pick them, the more they grow. Imagine that. So what is chamomile good for? Just about anything you can think of. Have you ever had a night that you couldn't sleep? Well, chamomile helps you fall asleep at night. In Peter Rabbit's garden, Mr. McGregor, he had chamomile growing. Would you like to have a spot of tea? In England, people love chamomile tea at the end of a very long day or in the middle of the afternoon. You decide. But what else does chamomile do? Have you ever had a day where your nerves were in a distraught? Chamomile tea helps soothe the nerves, puts you right back on track again. Or maybe you fell and you bumped your leg. Chamomile helps soothe sore muscles and bones. You can almost see Peter Rabbit poking his head through the chamomile tea. I think Beatrice Potter would be pleased to see chamomile tea growing in your garden. Except for occasional dog barking in the distance, my little urban setting is just perfect for me. Chamomile is something that I praise highly. This goes in my kitchen to dry. Some of my herbs I don't put in my kitchen because I have so much of it. Not my chamomile. Chamomile is something that I take high value with. I like to see if I can get all of this in one big bunch, because as you know, when herbs dry, they get to be only 1/3 of their size. Do you think I can wrap this herb all in one big bunch? You want to have a really good string when you're working with herbs. Your string has to be solid and strong. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to wrap quite a bit of this string. You can never have too much, is what I always say. I'll go ahead and wrap it around a few more times. That's one thing nice about having an established herb bed. Some of my herbs are many years old, and so you have a lot of it. But the chamomile will self-seed. Now you can see why I love it so much. Just the very essence of it drying in your kitchen gives you a peaceful feeling. All right, now we make one more for the loop. How would you like to wash dishes while you have the scent of chamomile drying above you? Let's go hang it up. It's evening now, so it's a little dark, but I'll show you what it looks like. And there is the chamomile. Now when it dries, then we'll be making all kinds of beautiful salves with it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.